Okay, so I'm going to talk about Tomb Raider 2018. So this is a movie review of Tomb Raider 2018. Maybe it's a bit late since almost everyone have seen it already. So this is going to be a spoiler review, which means if you don't want any spoiler, you haven't watched the movie, well, skip this one and go find other things to listen to or find other things to watch. And so let's talk about Tomb Raider 2018. But before I talk more about the actions, the story, the plot, I want to address this issue among the Tomb Raiders fans.
Yeah, my breasts are not as pointy as the first one.
Yep, her breast size. Now, maybe they want the actress in this movie to stay true to the game character, where in the games, Lara Croft does have bigger breasts. Or maybe they simply want to feast their perverted eyes. Maybe. But as someone who haven't really played the game, it didn't really make any difference to me, big or small. So this review will be from someone who is not a Tomb Raider gamer perspective. Now, the movie starts with a bunch of side characters that look interesting, like her boxing coach, her boxing friends, her bicycle riding courier friends or co-workers or colleagues, but there was no development for them. They were there just because they were there. Maybe they are characters from the game where only those who are fans of the Tomb Raider game would know. Maybe. I don't really know. But like I said, no character development for them. They were there for maybe 10 to 15 minutes, and after she got into an accident while doing the catching the fox thing to win a bet of 600 quids, they were gone. I mean, not even one of her friends or co-workers or colleagues came when she was in need. And she even had to pawn her one and only necklace that was a gift from her father for some money to go to Hong Kong. And the only one person that came was her guardian, Anna. Anna, the first time I saw her, spoiler alert, I already had a hunch that she would be the mastermind of the whole thing. And it turns out she is. And so after that, Lara found out about her father's secrets and went to the island where her father went. I mean, the scene of her finding about her father's secrets were in the trailer. And after a chase scene, she met a guy named Luren, whose father also went missing 7 years ago along with her father. So they had something in common, a good coincidence to further the plot, I think. And this guy, a stranger, agreed to take her to that island, which he himself knew is a very dangerous place, just because she promised him to pay for his gambling debts. Now, I don't know how long the journey was, but if they went from Hong Kong to the Japan Sea on a slow and old ship, I mean, it's not a ship, I think it's a boat, that might take weeks. Now, the reason I mention this is because Luren, who is a drunkard, in possession of a firearm, a shotgun, which is illegal in Hong Kong, and he is also a gambler, he risked himself to let Lara escape. Now, in case you didn't watch the trailer or you haven't watched the movie, they were captured after they reached the island. I mean, for someone who you've just met, it's quite unreasonable for you to risk your life, especially if that person is the one that got you into trouble in the first place. I mean, she is the one that got you captured, being forced to do labor. Unless during the weeks of their voyage to that island, friendship was born, like you die, I die type of friendship, you know? If not, it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, the main villain, the main bad guy, was just merciless. He was vicious. I mean, he shot and killed an old man who was among the prisoners, who was sick. Just like that. He shot him. Just like that. And right after that scene, Luren actually attacked a guard, and he himself got shot on his arm just to let Lara escape. And I was actually surprised that the main villain, the main bad guy, didn't kill him. I mean, he killed an old man without mercy. So why spare someone who have just sabotaged your plan injured your man, help a prisoner escape. Why don't you just kill him? I mean, it's not like he is lacking in manpower either. He still has quite a lot of laborers. I mean, prisoners. The only reasonable explanation would be maybe Luren is needed in the next sequel. Maybe if there is a next sequel. And not just that, Luren suddenly became a firearm expert where he knows how to use an automatic rifle that has a grenade launcher. Well, maybe one can argue that he did use a shotgun, so maybe he had some background in firearms. But he was shot on his arm, so how can he use a machine gun? That just doesn't make sense. I mean, he just got shot. It happens a few days, maybe a few hours before that, and he already using a gun to shoot at people, automatic with a grenade launcher. So his character seems underdeveloped and quite interesting actually, because he knows how to navigate the sea, use guns on a ship, compassionate, risking his life to save others, and loyal because he helped Lara. I mean, he waited for Lara to come out from the tomb. Maybe he could make his own standalone movie. Maybe. Okay, now back to Lara. She did meet her father, and her father was alive, just a bit out of his mind due to living alone for 7 years. And it was his own choice to live alone because he believes that if he go away, they will find the tomb and then a curse will be unleashed. From that part, it seems like the movie seems to associate mental illness with believing in the supernatural. Like Lara's father believed that the dead queen was still alive, and whatever was kept in the tomb will supernaturally doom the whole world if they were to take it out. Now Lara obviously doesn't believe that, so is the main villain. I mean, the main villain, he even called Lara's father as being stupid by comparing him with his daughter who agreed to open the tomb door and not believing in the dead queen myth. And it turns out that it wasn't a curse or anything supernatural, but a disease, a virus, where the dead queen has a kind of virus or pathogen where she herself is immune, but she is the carrier, and that pathogen will turn someone into some kind of zombie, and the infected one will then turn others into zombie if they got bitten or scratched, all the cliche in the zombie movies, things like that. And the ancient Japanese people, I mean, this is a Japanese dead queen, but anyway, the ancient Japanese thought it was a curse. Because why? Because they were ignorant of science, and it was stated quite plainly in the movie. In other words, it's all naturalist. It's all scientism. Those who believe in the supernatural, like, believing in God, are just crazy. And this theme is very prevalent throughout the movie. And there was this scene where a sudden gush of wind came out from the tomb, and Lara's father attributed it as the queen's breath, where he thinks the queen was still alive. But it was then refuted by the main bad guy. It's just a change of atmospheric pressure. I mean, it's all natural. So yeah, the tone of this movie is quite anti-supernatural. Maybe so is the game. I don't know. So, for other stuff, like the actions, they are good and entertaining to watch. But there are some very unrealistic action in this movie, like Lara hitting a lot of tree branches. And the only thing that she got was a stab wound at the side of her abdomen. I mean, with her small build, which is not really that muscular. I mean, yeah, she has 6 packs or 8 packs, but not ending with some broken bones after all the branch hitting is kind of a bit too unrealistic. And there was only one kind of funny moment, which was also in the trailer. And when I think of it, there were a few more lighthearted scenes in the beginning of the movie, but once she got to Hong Kong, it's all serious. The plot is very easy to follow. I mean, it was all in the trailer, and there wasn't any surprising twist. When I first watched the trailer, I kinda knew that her father is still alive, and he was, and I also kinda knew that he will die in the movie, And he did die, sacrificing himself because he was infected. And Lara killed the main villain, got her inheritance, found out that Anna was the mastermind but can't do anything about it. Got back the necklace she pawned, bought 2 guns, and sport a braided ponytail like the game character. So that's it. So if you watch it as a movie, it's a good action movie. Yeah, it's a fun, entertaining action movie. Just don't take it too seriously. And my rating, I think I already gave it. It's a good action movie. You'll enjoy it. That's all. See you again if there is another again. Bye.